life thrusts you to the edge, and every fiber of your being aches under the pressure, know that this place, this pit, is where you are meant to face your greatest battle. But this isn't some struggle wrapped in cliches or glossy words about strength. It's not a movie moment where everything turns around because you want it to. This is a brutal, unromanticized, agonizing test that demands more from you than you ever imagined you could give. You've been told 1,000 times that life is a fight, but words alone don't prepare you for the reality. No one tells you about the depths of loneliness, about the dark nights that stretch out endlessly, about the raw, searing pain that convinces you that maybe, just maybe, you aren't made for this. But here's the truth no one likes to admit. Life itself sometimes feels like a force designed to crush you. It throws challenges your way not to make you stronger, but simply because it can, and because you're in its path. You're left grappling with the weight, sometimes crumbling, sometimes shattering, but always, somehow, piecing yourself back together. In the thick of it, it's easy to feel like you're walking alone. You look around, and no one truly understands. No one feels the darkness pressing down like you do, and no one seems to have the answers. It's in these moments that life tests you, not in the polished public battles where everyone's watching, but in the shadows, where only you are left to decide whether to keep going or to let go. But here's the irony of life's harshness. The moment you feel like you've been hollowed out, when you think you've hit rock bottom and there's nothing left to give, that's when you are at your strongest. It's when you're stripped of every illusion, every comfort, and every safety net, that you can finally see what you're truly made of. Because strength isn't built in comfort or in moments when everything's going your way. Real strength is born in agony, in the moments when you are hanging on by a thread and decide that no matter what, you will not let go. You see, life doesn't care about your dreams, your goals, or even your survival. It throws its punches without mercy. But the only thing that life can never take from you is your choice. The choice to keep fighting, to stand back up even when every part of you wants to collapse. This choice is yours alone. No one can make it for you, and no one can take it from you. It's what separates those who are crushed by life from those who rise in defiance of everything that tries to keep them down. There will be days, countless days, when quitting feels like the only option that makes sense. You'll tell yourself that maybe it's not worth the fight, that maybe life has broken you for the last time. And in those moments, the temptation to surrender will be almost irresistible. But know this, the voice in your head that urges you to let go, that whispers that you're not enough, that you can't go on, that voice is a lie. It's the part of you that wants comfort over growth, that prefers the false safety of surrender over the brutal victory of survival. Quitting might seem like the easy choice, but it's the coward's choice. Quitting guarantees only one thing, that the life you most desire will forever remain out of reach. It's a decision that leaves your story unfinished, a tale of wasted potential and abandoned dreams. And for what? Temporary comfort, a reprieve from the pain. That's not a life worth living. That's a life surrendered to fear, to weakness, to everything that seeks to keep you small. Life, in all its brutality, doesn't owe you success, happiness, or peace. These are things you earn, often through the kind of suffering most people would never willingly choose. The easy path doesn't lead to greatness. It leads to mediocrity, to a life half-lived, a life spent in the shadow of what could have been. The hard path, the one that twists and turns, the one lined with setbacks, failures, and disappointments. That's the path that forges warriors. That's the path that leads to a life of meaning, to a legacy worth remembering. When you're in the depths, Remember this. You've survived every dark moment that life has thrown at you up until now. You've stumbled, yes. You've fallen more times than you care to admit. But you're still here. That alone is proof of your strength, of your resilience, of your unbreakable spirit. You've been through hell, and yet here you are, standing, breathing, fighting. That's not luck, and it's not chance. It's grit. It's the fire within you that refuses to be snuffed out. Life is short, cruelly so, and it doesn't care whether you're ready or not. Every moment wasted is a moment you will never get back. Think about that. Truly, think about it. You've been given this one life, this one chance to make something of yourself. And while it's tempting to take the easy road, to avoid the struggle, to seek comfort above all else, that's not a life. That's existence. And you were made for more than mere existence. You were made to push boundaries, to rise above, to defy the odds. Understand that this fight, this relentless battle, isn't about winning every time. It's about enduring. It's about standing back up time and time again, even when every part of you screams that it's over. There is no glory without pain, no success without sacrifice. The people who make it, who achieve greatness, who leave their mark on the world, they are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who were tested, who faced their darkest moments and chose to keep going, who saw defeat staring them in the face and refused to back down. You are not ordinary. You were not meant for a life of mediocrity. But if you want greatness, if you want to become everything you were meant to be, you have to be willing to go through hell to get there. You have to be willing to endure the loneliness, the doubt, the fear, and the pain. Because these are the things that will shape you, that will reveal who you truly are. And when you emerge on the other side, when you finally break through, you'll look back and realize that every moment of struggle, every ounce of suffering, was worth it. This journey isn't for the faint of heart. It's not for those who crave comfort or who are unwilling to pay the price. It's for the fighters, for those who know that life isn't about waiting for things to get easier, but about becoming stronger. It's about turning your pain into fuel, your fear into power, and your struggle into strength. It's about facing the fire head on and coming out tempered, hardened, and unbreakable. So, when life hits you, when it tries to break you, remember who you are. Remember the fire within you, the strength that has carried you through every dark moment. Remember that you are a warrior, forged in struggle, and that nothing can take that away from you. Stand tall, hold your ground, and keep fighting. Not because victory is guaranteed, but because this is your life, and you owe it to yourself to live it fully, fiercely, and unapologetically. This fight within you is not a burden. It's a privilege. It's the crucible through which you will find your true self. So don't quit. Don't let the darkness consume you. Rise, fight, endure, and prove to yourself and to the world that you are unbreakable. This is your life, your story, your legacy. Make it one worth remembering. When you look back on these moments, you'll see that they weren't just trials. They were the foundation on which you built your strength. The darkness that once seemed like an enemy will reveal itself as an ally, a force that shaped you into the unyielding person you were meant to become. Each scar, each wound, is a testament to your resilience, a reminder that you have survived every blow, every setback, every heart-wrenching disappointment that dared to bring you down. These scars are proof that you are, and always have been, more powerful than any obstacle thrown your way. In these moments, it's easy to feel small, to feel crushed by the weight of the world. But know this, There is nothing small about someone who stands in the face of adversity and refuses to back down. Each time you choose to fight, each time you decide to endure, you grow, you evolve, you transform. This pain, this struggle, it's not something to run from. It's something to embrace. It's the fire that will purify you, that will burn away everything that isn't you, until all that's left is your true, powerful, unbreakable self. And let's be clear, life will never stop testing you. Just when you think you've conquered one mountain, another, steeper and more treacherous, will rise in your path. That's how life works. It's relentless, unyielding, and sometimes merciless. But that's the price of growth. That's the cost of becoming. And the truth is, you're not just climbing mountains for the view at the top. You're climbing them to see how high you can go, to discover how far you can push yourself, and to realize what you're truly capable of. Every time you stand back up, you redefine what it means to be you. You shatter the limits of who you were, and you step into a version of yourself that is more capable, more resilient, more powerful than the one before. This is not just about enduring life's hardships. It's about transforming them, about using them to forge a life that is undeniably yours. A life that, no matter how painful, is rich, full, and meaningful. And in those moments when you think you've reached the end, when you feel like you can't go on, remember this: you are closer to the breakthrough than you think. The darkest night is always just before dawn, but you'll never see that dawn if you give up now. The victory you seek, the peace you crave, it's there, just beyond the next step, waiting for you to claim it. But you have to keep going. You have to push through, no matter how much it hurts, no matter how hopeless it feels, because that's the only way you'll ever see what's waiting for you on the other side. This life, in all its cruelty, has given you a rare and precious gift: the chance to test your limits, to break through barriers, to discover just how far you can go. Don't squander it. Don't let the weight of your struggles keep you from reaching for more. Remember that you are not defined by the times you fell, but by the times you got back up. You are the sum of every battle you've ever fought, every moment of doubt you've ever conquered, every piece of darkness you've ever transformed into light.